I was in Virginia. Yeah, I was in Virginia visiting some fam, and so when I was looking around, I was just curious. I went to the bait shop about to go fishing, and there was like a little smoke shop beside it. Walked in there, they were like, I didn't know anything about this Delta 8, and they're like, oh yeah, you can, but everybody can get that. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. They're like, some people get high. I said, oh really? So they're like, it's like weed light. And then so
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
like
yeah.
Delta 8, and then Delta 9 was like the
A
real
real
weed.
thing, real deal.
So
Yeah.
can you kind of break that down to us and
Yes,
like
this is like,
explain like
yeah.
So
what's some people don't know that's available to them.
Look, he claimed his
right.
throat.
So Delta 8, it's technically legal through like the a loophole that the government they passed the
The Farming
what is
Act,
it like
right?
a yeah the farming bill the farming act in like 2018, and through that act it made stuff like Delta 8 legal just because it's like a little gray area, you know what I mean? So with Delta 8 and all these different new different cannabinoids and different stuff that you see like the Delta 8, the THCO, the HHC, different things like that, they're all derived from the hemp plant. So hemp is it's not necessarily different from cannabis. The only thing that really differentiates it is hemp only has 0.3% THC. If it has anything, if it has 0.4%, it's technically considered traditional cannabis. It's not going to get you that high, but under the law, it's technically considered cannabis now, and it's not legal. It's illegal. So as long as it's under that 0.3%, they derive all those different, they extract all those different cannabinoids from it, like the Delta 8. And what they'll do, it goes, some people say it's synthetic, it's a synthetic thing, but some people say it's not because it's technically it is part of the plant. It's extracted from the plant. So the people who say, oh, it's not because it goes through a chemical process to be made like that, they'll say it's synthetic. It's a synthetic, drug. But the people say, oh no, you can extract it from the plant, so that means it's part of the plant. It just goes through a process to enhance it. So you got two ways of looking at it. But the government, the DA say, okay, it's protected under this bill. So it's still it's that's why it's legal. Like I said, with THC, Delta 9 is what gets you high, gives you this well, they both get you a high, some type of high. Delta 9 is the main high that you get in traditional cannabis. Delta 8 is the legal. It's a milder effect. So you do get the kind of high with it. You might feel the different effects like, munchies or whatever that you would with traditional cannabis. But it goes through a different it's a little bit more expensive. Like you get it out of the stores, it's a little bit more expensive than CBD just because it goes through those extra steps and processes to be made. Like I said, it's all in how you look at it. The only thing with it, stuff like, so THC is regulated. It has to go through different steps and pass different tests and all that. Only the thing with CBD, it doesn't. It's not regulated or by the FDA. So all these different products, CBD products, Delta 8, they're not being regulated. So what you want to look for is what they call a certificate of analysis, a COA, that tells you that this product has been tested. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a clean product. If you can't really find a COA on your Delta 8 or whatever that you're buying, that might be a sign. Okay, maybe I should steer clear from this. You want to look. That's a good thing. That COA is a good indicator of, okay, this is a legit product. So yeah, that's one of the kind of iffy things about Delta 8.
So does the Delta 8 show up on the drug test the same as anything else?
It can. Even CBD might show up on the drug test, depending on what type of that. Like I said, you got those different types of CBDs. You have that full spectrum or broad spectrum that can show up they could possibly show up on the drug test.
You have some explaining to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it was CBD. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
So, Copacetic Vibes, where is that located?
So we're based out of Winston-Salem. I don't have like a physical shop. I have an online store, and I do a lot of different vendor and pop-up events. that's really, been working for me. Like I said, I started this in 2019, and that's how I, get my name out. And that's another thing about being intentional. I'm intentional about doing is going to different cities within North Carolina and building my brand. So I'm in Charlotte a lot. I'm in Raleigh. I'm in Durham. I'm in Greensboro. I'm from the eastern part of the state. They're kind of slow on having pop-ups and different events like that. They're all more out this way.
Part of the east.
It's a small town called LaGrange, just near Kinston,
Nope, we know
Goldsboro area.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but okay.
Yeah.
She said we know. I was like, I ain't never heard.
Me and bro, we know the 252.
Yeah, we got
25. Yeah.
718. I'm messing.
No.
Hey, so what are some of your most popular products going on right now?
So some of the more popular stuff are like edibles. Some people like the flowers, some don't. I have a lot of different pipes. A lot of people kind of gravitate to the pipes. Some of the more high-end stuff, I started what's called Smoke and Tell, and it's basically, it gives people a chance to use those higher end products. So I create a vibe, kind of for smoking and education. I that's another thing that I implement in my company. It's educational based. So I try to, like I said, get those stigmas off, as well as educate people on why you should want to know, what's going on or what's really going on in the plant, what you're smoking, and different things like that. So that's another thing that I promote through my company. But yeah, as far as edibles do a lot. They do a lot.
So are yours 8 or 9?
So I have CBD, Delta 8. I have some Delta 10. I do have. So Delta 10. They say that it is less than, the effects are less than. It's not as strong as Delta 8, but it's stronger than Delta 9. But the effects are stronger than Delta 9. So it's kind of like I haven't tried it yet, but just the way that it's explained, it's more so it's more confusing to me, because it's like, yes, you feel something from it, but then they say it's not as strong as the Delta 8. And to me, Delta 8 isn't as strong as Delta 9. So how can the effects be stronger or more intense? So
I'm scared of that.
I have some HHC product, and they do have legal Delta 9 gummies. Like I said, they have the 0.3%, and they're strictly like Delta 9,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my question, because you've answered 2 of them already, which is good. Thank you. My next question, my other 2, and I'm going to give them to you. So, number 1, when it comes to, again, looking at a person that's novice versus someone that's more experienced, with regards to like edible products, right? What milligram would be ideal, if you will?
Let me check.
Okay. What milligram would be ideal, if you will, for that novice, that newbie?
Meaning first time.
Yeah. Versus, and then somebody that's kind of like in the middle of the ground, like, because sometimes, like we've described, people don't feel the effects, and so they keep going, and so what you're doing is actually increasing the amount of potency that's in your body. So can you break that down? And then and so that's that question about the milligrams, right? So then the next question I want to ask you has to do with, I know that you have beads and different things as well, aside from, which is the spiritual aspect of things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So can you elaborate on that after you talk to me about the milligrams?
Yes. So with the milligrams, like you said, everybody is different. Chemical makeup is different.
Yeah.
How it breaks down in one person, let's say something like you said, a beginner. 10 milligrams is good. It might be too much. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a traditional gummy. Like it might be a 50 milligram pack, but there's 5 in there. So each individual piece breaks down to about 10 milligrams. So eating one of those, or maybe half, just for somebody who's never done it, you might want to start out with half. wait, I would say
bite
30, 45 minutes. Yeah. Just bite a piece of it. Give yourself time to process it, your body to process it. And then, if you don't feel anything, eat that other half. But that one gummy, typically for somebody who's never tried it, a 10 milligram gummy might work for them. Somebody who doesn't smoke or anything, that might do it for them. Yes. Versus, somebody who's more experienced, you might need a 25 milligram gummy or, edible. Sometimes the thing with like certain gummies, like a cereal treat or a brownie, you kind of gauging by eye how much you're eating. You know what I mean? Versus like those individual pieces, how much is in that individual piece. Versus you eating a brownie, okay, let me bite this corn off. Maybe this is 10 milligrams. It's kind of you gauging it. So that's the kind of thing about your treats like that.
Don't be like me.
Yeah. Don't be like yeah. Just going in.
Wait, come on. That was a while ago. You're just in a different mindset.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't know what I was eating.
Were you contemplating your life?
I didn't know I didn't know what was going on. And then I remember I was eating some restaurant. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, some amazing stuff. I was like,
oh man,
I have contemplated my life as well. Okay,
yeah,
so I get it.
So we're getting towards the end, but I wanted to ask you. So if somebody was like, "Hey, I want to get into that," like, how difficult or what's the journey like getting into your own business, dealing with this?
So I'll speak for me. And to answer your other question, when I put the two together, the spiritual aspect with the smoking aspect, I was into meditation real heavy, and I not as heavy as I was now, but I was into it and learning and coming at peace with things. So I sell like different meditation tools like singing bowls, different herbs like Palo Santo, sage, rosemary, sweetgrass, different incense, incense holders, different copper, different crystals, different things like that, just to help with the, somebody tap in, spiritually, as well as, you got your smoking accessories.
Real quick,
get the thinking ball going.
Shout out to the Bravado Network for the super chat.
Thank you guys for the love.
Thanks for the super chat. All right.
I'm sorry, Molly. Keep talking, love. We had to do that shout out though, real quick.
Oh yeah, no problem. But so I would say anybody. It was two things that I was passionate about. Whatever you're passionate about, if you can find a way to, I don't want to say monetize it, but benefit from it to where you can help yourself and help other people at the same time, and not feel like you're working or it's too much of a job or a stress. Like, I don't look at this as work. Like, it's fun to me. You know what I mean? So like, that would be my first like piece of advice. Find something that you do that's fun to you, and it wouldn't be about making money or a job or just being an entrepreneur. It's something that you really like doing or passionate about. But yeah, that would be my main piece of advice. Like, just whatever you're passionate about, if you can find a way to, to monetize it, that makes it a lot more easier versus, oh man, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's like, okay, all right, what we doing next? All right, I got that done. You know what I'm saying? It just makes everything more, enjoyable instead of like tolerable, like, oh, I got to do this next, so.
Yeah, it definitely like something that would be helpful if you like into it and really live that lifestyle, And
educate yourself.
Yeah, I can't
educate yourself. That's another thing. Make sure you know your stuff. You want to know your stuff, so that way you something like this, people get to asking questions and want to know things, and you just kind of I don't know. I just know I smoke and I like getting high. And, there's a just you want to be be able to explain things and really educate people. So that's another thing. Educate yourself so you can educate other people, and that way they really take you seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, we hit an hour already. It's crazy.
That was quick.
Man.
It was good information, though. When you're
that was dope.
Having good conversation, an hour's
Yeah. I really appreciate y'all for having me, man.
I feel like I got dreadlocks now. I got so much knowledge. I got some little dreads popping out. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So Facebook family, down at the bottom of the screen, you guys check out our man, Mr. Marley at Copaesthetic on his IG. Follow him. Let him know that that you saw him on the Good Guy Experience. Password, share the love. So that way, everybody is being educated and everybody's having the opportunity to catch that copaesthetic vibe. You know what I mean? You got to be
and you mail nationwide your products.
Yeah, I mail. I ship.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yes, nationwide.
Yes, sir.
So you get your stuff.
Yes,
you know, he know his stuff now. Getting them flowers and some of that stuff's
those edibles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I get it to you. Safe and sound.
All right.
All right. So, but before we get out of here, all right. Anybody got any last comments? Black Pearl.
I definitely want to echo what Marley said. It's all good, but it's so much better when you educate yourself, so that you can do it and not harm yourself, but actually get and I'm going to do a plug, copacetic vibes that can happen from there. So.
Definitely.
Dr. Roy Rain, what's your last thoughts?
Last thoughts is, like I just said, y'all check out Marley. It's all about having, being balanced. And so he not only specializes in herbs, but also healing and spiritual awareness. So do your due diligence.
All right.
And Brother Marley, so what do you want to take him out? What's your final thoughts for him tonight?
I just want to say I appreciate y'all for having me. For anybody watching, if you like they say, you can reach out to me at IG Copacetic Vibes LLC. Got any questions? I'm always ready to help people educate themselves. So I have no problem answering questions. You want to buy some products, you can buy some products too. But yeah, you can definitely just if you're just curious about anything, definitely feel free to hit me up.
All right. So guys, we're gonna be out of here. Make sure check us out on YouTube, The Good Guy Experience. Hit us on Facebook. Hit us on Spotify. All right, you can find us there. All right, so you've been in part of The Good Guy Experience, where experience is always good. Peace.
Yes, sir. This is definitely good. Peace.